it's not really working to me. It's just kind of being who I am and doing what I like to do. I just happen to get a paycheck at the end of the month. But I would do it for free. I tell people that probably every day, that I would do it for free if that was a reality. The part that attracted me to this line of work was the law enforcement and the serving the public end of it, not necessarily the animal part. In public school, I had an interest in policing, specifically at the time, the goal of joining the RCMP. And looking back at that, I realized that that was the goal because that's all I knew. A small town, our policing service was the RCMP, so that's what I knew. And I moved to Lethbridge to do the criminal justice program at the college, which not only obviously taught skills, but really opened my eyes to all the different possibilities and options in public service and law enforcement and public safety. I like animals. I grew up with pets, was exposed to farm animals, things like that. But it was never really something I thought would consume my life, I guess, right? And as I took this job and I went beyond the public service and enforcement end of it and learned and taught myself about animal care, responsible pet ownership, and how important that really is to the community, it really piqued my interest, obviously, so I invested in my personal time into it, took extra training. It didn't take very long to realize I was really good at it, and people came to me for leadership and guidance to solve problems, and I really enjoyed that. Whether I've consumed the work or the work has consumed me, and I think it's probably the latter. I think the work has consumed me and it's now part of my life. I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. I will retire one day probably, and maybe then I'll let it all go and find a beach somewhere or something, but until then, this is what I'll do, and whatever organization, whatever team that helps solve these problems and makes, neighborhoods happy, safe places for people and pets.